I'm going to tell you why electrolysis didn't work on you. I talk about electrolysis all the time. I've shown you my before and after pictures. I've shown you my customers before and after, or before and during pictures. Well, I don't know if I've shown you this, but it is on my Instagram and my TikTok. I highly recommend it because it changed my life and it changed my clients' lives. It is this amazing hair removal treatment that is permanent and it works on everyone. But I do get messages from some of you saying that you've had X amount of sessions and X amount of hours of work being done and you haven't seen any results. Well, I'm going to tell you why. Before I get into the video, I'm going to talk about Ana Luisa because it is genuinely the best jewelry that I've ever put on my body. These products are tested against allergies, breakage. Okay, the number of times I thought I broke this because it caught on my finger as I was changing or moving my hair out my way, and I caught it like this and my heart stopped because I thought I broke my favorite necklace, and it is still intact. I am honestly shocked. The M necklace is my personal favorite necklace and my most worn necklace, and I can tell you there is absolutely no sign of wear or tarnish or no breakage, nothing. My favorite bracelet is the rope bracelet, and this bracelet is my oldest piece, and I can confirm there is absolutely no wear, no tear, no tarnishing, nothing. It still looks brand new and it's my oldest piece. There are of course care instructions to make them last as long as possible. I am guilty for not following all the instructions. I don't clean them as I should, but I do take them off before I shower. I make sure I don't get any perfume or lotions on them. I do keep them away from other pieces of jewelry when I'm storing it so that it's protected, not going to get scratched or anything. And because I love these two pieces so much, I got the silver version. So if I'm wearing gold jewelry, I've got the gold. If I'm in the silver mood, I've got the silver. I can of course do the mixed metals with the bracelets if you're feeling the mixed metals vibes. But that is how much I love those pieces, and I love Ana Luisa. The quality is honestly up there. And if you are into rings, I think this one is my most worn one. I can't remember what it was called, but because it's a thin band, it's so dainty and delicate, it is my favourite. And then the other one, I wear this when I'm going on a night out. I thought I'd put that on to show you. So if you want to invest in good quality jewelry pieces for yourself or a loved one, I will link everything in the description box below. I've got a discount code for you as well. Let's get back to the topic of electrolysis. So the first reason why it possibly didn't work on you is because you didn't give it long enough. You wasn't patient enough and you didn't give it time for it to work. Electrolysis treats one hair follicle at a time, and each hair follicle needs a few treatments before everything in that area is permanently destroyed. There are 500 hair follicles on the chin area alone. They don't all have a hair in it at the same time. They go through a cycle. So to catch each hair follicle several times before it is destroyed, it is going to take some time. I tell my clients that it can take an average of 2 years. You might see results a lot sooner, but you also might see results a little bit later as well. If the hair was virgin hair, as in the hair was never plucked before, never waxed, you didn't do anything to the hair, it is virgin hair, electrolysis works quicker. It is easier to destroy those hairs. That's what I experienced with my chest hair. I did about 6 sessions for my chest hair and it's gone. I haven't needed a top up so far. Keep in mind that I've got polycystic ovary syndrome. The cause of new hairs growing through is internal. If a hair has been plucked, has been waxed, if it was stimulated with laser or really tampered with and stimulated, like with my chin hair, I did plucking, waxing, I did laser and it stimulated hair all down my neck. I did all sorts. The hair was really tampered with. It took 3 years and around 27, 28 sessions. I can't remember how many exactly, but around then. Around 27, 28. It took that number of sessions to reverse that stimulation. Yes, 3 years is a really long time, but guess what? I only have to maintain the chin hair a few times a year, and the only reason I need to maintain it is because I have PCOS. If you don't have any hormone imbalances, that hair is permanently going to be gone and you don't have to worry about it for the rest of your life. If you are in my situation and you have a hormone imbalance, you know how wonderful it sounds to only have to worry about hair a few times a year. Going from Worrying about it weekly to worrying about it only a few times a year is life-changing. So you need to keep in mind that everyone's body and situation is different. I do share my experience on YouTube, but you can't compare both of us. We are different, but the end result is going to be the same. You just need to give it time and you need to be patient with it. Keep calm, carry on, you will get there. Don't give up on it. You might be taking notes of how many sessions you've had and you might think, oh my God, I've had 8 sessions. It's not enough. It takes time. If you are getting your whole face done, this can take hours to remove. Depending on how dense the hair is and how much hair there is in the area, it can even take 6 hours, 8 hours, you know, depending on how much hair you have, to do a full clearance. If your skin doesn't allow a full clearance, or for me, for example, I have really bad back issues, I can only do a maximum of 1 hour. For any reason, it could be financial issues, it could be because you can't tolerate the pain. For whatever reason, if you can't clear every single hair in one session and you do short sessions, you need to keep in mind that it is going to take even longer to get your results. And you need to remember the hairs that are treated, if I was to clear every single hair, after a few weeks you are going to grow different hairs because there are follicles that didn't have a hair in it that are then going to grow hair in it. So it really does take time. The hairs that are treated, they do need several treatments because it grows a little bit thinner and then eventually it stops growing back. Sometimes when we insert the needle into the hair follicle, we destroy the hair, but sometimes not all the cells in that root of the hair was destroyed and the body tries to create a hair again. It is slightly thinner, but we are making progress. Keep calm, carry on, push through it. It's tough, I know, I've been there. Whether it takes you 1 year or 5 years, the end result is going to be the same. You are not going to have to worry about this hair. And if you have a hormone imbalance like me, you only need a little top-up session a few times a year. Another reason why you are not seeing results is because you are not aware that you're not supposed to pluck, thread, wax. You cannot use any other form of hair removal that takes the hair out from the root between your electrolysis sessions, because that is completely defeating the purpose of electrolysis. You are doing the opposite of what electrolysis is trying to do. When you start electrolysis on your chin, you cannot get electrolysis done and then a few weeks later, if you didn't have time to book a session, you can't just pluck those hairs out. And remember, where I said each hair follicle needs a few treatments to be destroyed, those hairs that you may have plucked out, those hairs just missed out on an opportunity to be destroyed again. And if it was destroyed again, that could have been the last time. I personally make it compulsory to do a consultation and a patch test when it's your first time with me. And I had 2 clients who had electrolysis done before. They were like, they didn't want to do a consultation because they had done it before. And I said, no, I'm sorry, it's compulsory. And they didn't know, they found out in the consultation, they didn't know that they weren't allowed to pluck or remove the hair in between the sessions. So I'm telling you now, do not pluck, wax, thread. Do not remove the hair from the root between your sessions. If your skin has healed and as soon as the hair grows through, book an electrolysis session. Don't pluck it. If you want to manage the hair between your sessions, whether it's because you're going to work and you don't want the hair being visible, or you have a special occasion coming up, you can use hair removal methods that don't take the hair out from the root. For example, trimming it with little scissors. If absolutely necessary, you can shave the hair. If you have a beard, you don't obviously have to sit there trimming every single hair. You can just shave it between your sessions. You just need to make sure that the hair is long enough before your electrolysis session. And it doesn't have to be super long. As long as you feel like it's long enough to grab with tweezers, it's long enough to do the treatment, so just a few millimeters. Another thing that is allowed to do technically is bleaching the hair. This can make the skin a little bit sensitive, so don't do this too close to your sessions. Another reason why electrolysis didn't work on you is because it wasn't done correctly, unfortunately. When I get messages from you guys and I ask a few questions, one question that I ask is, do you feel the hair plucking during the treatment? And if the person says yes, honestly, it really upsets me and I hate to be the one to say it, but you're not supposed to feel the hair plucking during your treatment. It means the treatment wasn't done correctly, the hair wasn't destroyed properly. When the hair is destroyed, it just slides out. The way electrolysis works is the needle was inserted inside, the root of the hair is destroyed by using heat, the needle was taken out, and then I grab tweezers and I slide the hair out with tweezers. Now, If I grab the hair and I feel resistance, I let go, I make adjustments if I need to, and I try again, okay? So if you feel tugging, that's fine. We are tugging on the hair to see if it was destroyed or not. But if you feel a pluck, okay, it wasn't treated properly. If you feel the hair plucking, go to someone else. If you have trust issues with who to go to, or you're confused with who to go to, you can go onto the BIAE website. They are the British Institute and Association of Electrolysis here in the UK. You can type in your postcode and find electrologists that are near you who are members. Electrologists that are BIAE members are a little bit more trustworthy because they get assessed. I did a course with them recently and they are honestly amazing. If you're struggling, go on their website, find a BIAE member and you'll be in good hands. If you're not in the UK, just make sure that you don't feel the hair pluck. If you do, try someone else. The final thing that I'm going to mention is not necessarily a reason as to why it didn't work, because electrolysis works on everyone. But one thing that might make you feel like you're not seeing much of a change is because you're not treating the root of the problem. So my name is Melis and I have polycystic ovary syndrome, okay? I have imbalanced hormones. I do not treat the root of the problem. The root of the problem is inside my body. I try to make lifestyle changes, but it's something I struggle with. I'm not consistent with it at all. If I did manage the root of the problem, my results will be better. That is a reason why I tell people that electrolysis is permanent unless you have a hormone imbalance. Now, the hairs that are treated, okay, the hairs that were treated on me, they are permanently gone. Why do I need top-up sessions? Because my imbalanced hormones are causing new hairs to grow. It's not the same hair that's growing back. So because I need top-up sessions, I don't call it permanent. If I never had electrolysis again and I just left my hair, it's not all gonna grow back because the hairs that were treated, they were permanently gone. When I do have a top-up session, it's normally like 5 minutes to treat a few hairs that sprouted out because I only treat the thicker hairs. There's like finer hairs that are like almost like peach fuzz. Some of them are actually blonde. They're not really the ones that I treat. It's the thicker ones that I really want destroyed that are the ones that come out because of my hormone issues. But that's why I say that it's not permanent if you do have a hormone imbalance, because you're going to need top-up sessions. Another thing that could possibly happen, if you are on the pill, okay, if you are on birth control, you start getting electrolysis done, you see amazing results. If you then later on decide that you want to come off this birth control, your hormones will most likely go through a change and you could possibly see new hairs growing through. So keep that in mind as well. There are just so many things to consider. I really try and give accurate information as possible, but you need to keep in mind that everyone is different. We do not have the same medical background. We do not have the same hair removal history. The thickness of a hair could be different. Our ethnicity could be different. Our skin could respond differently. Our treatment plan could be different. And there are some questions that I can give you a definite answer for, but unfortunately with some questions I cannot give you an answer because nobody knows. I can only give you an estimate, a rough guide and a number or time frame on average. I hope that I have given you possible reasons as to why you're not seeing results, and if the things I spoke about in this video don't resonate with you, then it's a good thing. It means everything is going according to plan. You just need to trust the process. So hopefully I've given you the motivation to keep calm and carry on, because you're gonna get there in the end. Just trust the process. Remember, it took me 3 years. 3 long years. It could possibly take you 5 years, but you are going to get there in the end. Before I go, don't forget to check out Ana Luisa. I've got their link and my discount code in the description box below. When I tell you that this is the best quality jewellery that I have ever owned in my entire life, I really do mean it. But go check them out. I'm going to love you and leave you, and I hope to see you in my next video.